Hi, everyone, and welcome to The Secret Life of. I'm Liz.
And I'm Lindsay, and this is your weekly listen about friendship, creativity, entrepreneurship, and the simple joys in life.
Okay, so fall bucket list.
Fall bucket list. Let's get into it.
Do you want to tell everybody that we will be switching from...
Yes. So a little bit of housekeeping. Not that anybody really cares that much, but we are switching launch dates to Tuesday instead of Monday, or like when our episodes go live. Since I do the editing, it is difficult to have an episode launch on Monday when I've been shooting all weekend. So Tuesday just gives me a little bit of extra breathing room. Yeah, that's the news. That's the housekeeping.
Cool. The end.
Period.
Well, today we are talking about... Wait, hold up. We haven't had any banter. Do we need to do some banter?
I mean, I don't think we have to banter every episode. Like, do we need to force the banter? Is there anything you wanna talk about? Like with, because Liz be talking, you know?
I do have one thing to say, which is I appreciate everyone on Instagram siding with me about how it's still summer.
My God. I felt so attacked. So attacked.
I know.
People,
I hope you felt attacked with love, Lindsay.
Yeah, I know. I'm being dramatic, but people that I know and respect just completely betrayed me, and I'm going to be drama about it.
The truth comes out. I had a couple people personally DM me and say, Liz, it is fall. And I was like, it's not fall. It's not fall. And they sent Kendra, shout out. I don't know if you listen, but she sent me a meme, or a reel, I should say, of a girl who's dressed in a cozy sweater, long duster type of thing, and she had books and a beanie on, and she was surrounded by orange leaves and shit and boots, whatever, just fall threw up on this reel. Okay. And the caption was everyone talking about how we still have time, it's still summer, and then it stitches to her in her books and her coat and whatever, and the music changes too, and it's just la la la, and she's just frolicking in a field of orange leaves, living her truth as fall girl. And I'm like, Kendra, you're grounded. Okay. And Krista, you're grounded. Both of you are grounded. Okay. It's not time yet.
But I have something to say. So you specifically chose then to not share those with me, those personal DMs. You made me feel like I was 100%. Yes, you did. 100% attacked, but there were differing opinions.
That's so funny.
There were differing opinions.
There were.
And you chose not to share them.
I wish what would have happened is that they would have commented on the story, or not on our Secret Life of Instagram. But they sent me personal DMs, and then I just didn't think about it to text you.
They were the minority, and they were afraid to speak their truth.
Maybe
they came to that comment section and they saw what was happening to me, and they were like, nope, I'm not going to be a part of it.
That is definitely possible. The moral of the story is that it is still summer. Liz is correct. But everyone who loves fall, I validate your feelings.
No, you don't.
Your feelings are valid. Yes, I do. I do, Liz. Okay. I do. I do validate your feelings. I just don't want to acknowledge them in this very moment.
That's a really roundabout way of saying I don't.
Oh my God. No, I do validate, but can we validate later?
Sure. Fine. Fine.
Why am I sweating?
You're put on the spot.
I'm going to take my body pillow and dab my pits right now. I need to dab my pits. Oh my God. What is happening? You know why? Because it's summer and I'm hot. Okay, I'm done. I'm done now. Yes.
All right. Well, we will.
That was it. Okay,
eternally
perfect.
Argue about this, and it'll be a theme of the podcast. Anyway,
Hilarious. Oh my God. Well, speaking of fall, look at this transition. Look at this segue. Today, we are talking about our fall bucket list.
Yep.
It's very
No, I am
exciting.
excited. I have things written down and I did have to think
Mm-hmm.
about it because I think
Mm-hmm.
I've been just going crazy with being busy all summer. And I was like, what do I actually want to do this fall?
I
Yeah.
know. Every time we do this, I have to take a moment and I'm like, oh
Yeah.
God, what is it that I really want to
It's
do?
therapeutic, honestly.
I really love doing
Yeah.
them. Well, do you want to start, Linz?
Sure. My first one that I wrote down, the one that came the easiest to me, was actually get into Halloween. And yeah,
Oh my
so I've
God.
never really been like a spooky season gal. Like I love fall. I don't know. Like I liked Halloween as a kid, but then once I aged out of being able to trick or treat, it just I don't know. I was never into like the party scene of Halloween or like,
Mm.
taking a costume and making it as slutty as possible. Like I definitely did it like several times, but I didn't really enjoy it. I really missed the traditional things about Halloween, the trick or treating and like
I
yeah, all of that, the
know.
pumpkin carving and pumpkin patching and all of the things. So now that I have a daughter who is 3 and she is like getting much more conscious about holidays and what they mean and everything and she is stoked about Halloween. She is a spooky gal. Every year she's like so stoked about it. So, yeah, I'm actually going to like invest some time in home decor and like little crafts and yeah, her costume and I don't know, actually like cuz she's only this young once, and I want to, I want her
Yes.
to remember
You got to
Halloween.
squeeze the juice out of it.
Yeah. I want her to remember Halloween like the way that
Yes.
I remembered it. So, yeah.
Yeah. I had the same experience growing up, and I still have that same passion for Halloween. It's my favorite
Mm.
holiday. That I will say, well, I do, by the way, I do love fall. Okay. But I like it when it is present. And I God, everyone's like, I am unsubscribing. Okay, I had a really beautiful childhood, like around, like just on the topic of Halloween. It's my mom's favorite holiday, so she went all out. My aunt made us all our costumes from scratch. Like she's an amazing seamstress, and we went to all the parties. It was really really fun, and I feel the same way. I want to give Oliver that experience too. Halloween's just fun when you're a
It
kid.
is.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. You're just like going to strangers' houses and then like eating so much
Yeah.
sugar, eating all this candy and dressing up as weird things and walking around. I don't know. It's fun in elementary school. Your teacher wears a witch hat.
Yeah.
Like gives you cupcakes that are orange and like I don't know. It is really just a fun magical
I
time.
remember in kindergarten, they had us all dress up and then they like paraded the kindergartners through every classroom. And like all the older kids were like,
Oh,
oh, so cute. But like we didn't really realize that we were cute. We were just like, this is weird. I don't know.
that is so
Yeah.
cute,
Yeah.
Lindsay. I My school did not do that. At least I don't remember. That's so
Yeah.
cute. I love this. Do you know what you're gonna dress Opal in this
Well, I
year?
keep asking her what she wants to be, and she keeps saying that she wants to be Moo Moo, which is her little stuffed cow that she carries around.
Oh my God, please let Opal be a
But
little
she was a
cow.
little cow last year.
Oh,
She just says she
I
wants to
see.
wear her Moo Moo costume. And so, like, I'm fine with that. Like, my brother dressed as a pirate for like 4 years straight. Like, and my mom was just like, all right, this year we'll do a blue pirate. Next year is a red pirate. Then we'll do a green pirate. And so I'm like, okay, if she really wants to be a moo, that is fine. But recently she said that she might want to be a shark or simply the
Oh,
color pink.
amazing.
So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see where we
Okay.
land.
Oh my gosh, if she is the color pink, I'm gonna have a heart attack. She should be like doused in pink
Yeah,
glitter, which you will regret
I know, I
later,
will.
but it will
I
be worth
will.
it.
Oh my God. Every Friday at daycare, they do, or at preschool, they do face paint. And all the other kids will have like one little thing
Oh,
on their cheek, like a little flower, or like one kid had like a Pokemon ball or something. Opal gets her entire forehead painted in the animal of her
Perfect.
choice. And that paint is so
Obsessed with
hard
her.
to get off. There is still paint.
Do you have to use Eminence face oil on her? I feel like you should.
I can't get her to sit still long enough for me to actually use soap
I
on it. Like I just
know.
kind of like smear it with a towel
Yep.
as quickly as possible, and then like the days after I just kind of like keep like just going at it a little bit, and she's like, "Stop it."
Yep.
Anyway, but
That's
I don't want to be that mom
You should see me.
that's
No, I
like,
hear you. You're doing a
can
great
you
job.
not face paint my child, please? I'm like, no, they're having fun. Like, just let them do it. But like, come on.
I know.
Anyway,
Uh-huh.
anyway.
Perfect.
Wait, what's Oliver going to be for Halloween?
Okay, so I take Halloween really seriously, and I
Of course you do.
this is obviously a very important
Mm-hmm.
topic. It's all about the little joys, am I
Yep.
right? So I have an ongoing list in my phone for Halloween costumes that I think about all year, and every time I think of a good idea, I put it in the phone.
Oh,
I know.
that is extra.
I know. It is so extra, but this is how I was raised. It's ingrained in me. It's like we got to start thinking of ideas, okay? We got to like really get on it. And I not only think of like costume ideas. Well, pre Oliver, it was always like, what am I wearing? Then I met Zach and I was like, what are we
Yeah.
wearing? And now Oliver is in the world and I'm like, what is the family wearing? So every year it's going to be like Zach and I have been kind of like doing partner Halloween costumes for quite some time. And then we got Luna, and I was like, well, Luna obviously always has to have a costume because I am that person. Okay. Now I have a 15-month-old child, and I'm like, well, we're all going to be a family costume now until Oliver doesn't let me anymore.
Yeah.
So I do have this really fantastic idea, but I think I'm going to keep it to myself for a little while because I want it to like be a surprise.
Wait, a surprise even to me? Like you can't tell me?
I'll tell you later.
Okay, because I would be very upset. I don't like not knowing the secret.
I know. Lindsay, you will always know. You're going to have to help me engineer something too. Also, because my husband is an actual engineer, it is really nice because when it comes to design, like the literal structure of things, sometimes I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to make this work? Zach will be like, well, we just need to go to the fabric store and we need to get a CVP pipe or whatever the hell it's called.
PVC
And then he's
pipe.
like, then we'll, what is
A
it called?
PVC
What?
pipe.
PVC.
You just said like a string of letters and then put pipe at the end.
An ABC pipe. We have to get an ABC pipe. And then we're going to.
Oh, it's hilarious. Okay.
Oh my God. But yeah, he's like, he'll literally sketch out the costume and tell me how we can structurally make it happen. A couple years ago, I don't even remember what the idea was. I wanted, this is pre Oliver, I wanted to dress Luna up as a baked potato. And I was like, well,
It's so cute.
her name is Luna
Yeah.
Potato. So I was like, let's make her look like a baked potato. And then I could be, I forgot. It was like all dinner things. We were all going to be
Okay.
food. But I was like, how the hell do we make Luna Potato? And he was like literally sketching it out. He had like wires he was going to do. And we were going to like wrap this like gray material around the wires. And then it would go on her like a tutu.
Oh.
So she would look like a potato. Yeah, he like figures out how to do all this stuff. It's really impressive. And I'm like, oh my God. So I asked him actually, this is such a tangent, Linz, but I the other day was like, okay, let's think of something to look forward to like for Halloween, babe. We got to think of ideas. And he goes, I have to tell you, I feel like I usually just like let you lead. And because I know how much joy it brings you. And I'm just here for the ride. But I've been thinking, I really want to show up this year, like genuinely excited because I know how happy it makes you. Because Zach is just like, what am I wearing this year? I just hand him his costume. I'm like, this is your part. This is what you're wearing. And he's like, he didn't grow up dressing up for Halloween. He doesn't have that ingrained joy of Halloween like I do. So he's always like, oh, sure, I'll do whatever. He'll put on whatever. Like I made him be a beekeeper last year. And he was like, cool,
That
cool,
was
cool.
the cutest costume. Oh my God.
It was so fun. Oliver was a flower and he was so chubby back then. He just looked ridiculously cute. Luna was a bee. I was a bee. And Zach was the beekeeper.
That is so cute.
So I thought it was really sweet that he was like, I'm going to show up at a 10. Like, we're going to make this really good. And I'm like, that made me really happy.
Aw.
Anywho, we love Halloween. It is a special time.
Well, I am going to need some advice then when Opal finally decides what she wants to be. I'm going to ask you what, yeah.
If yes.
Because I would
Yeah, if you need
love to make the costume. Like last year, I like was so busy in September that I just was like, and I like bought her like a Moo onesie, and that's what she wore.
I
Yeah.
know. And honestly, thank God that's an
Yeah.
option because it'd be more sad just not to have anything. So I definitely, I mean, Oliver's costume was bought. It depends. Like, it's like some things can be made and some things can be bought and you just doctor things up, you know,
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, making them is really
Yeah,
fun.
my grandma used to make like all of ours.
I know. It is such a special thing. I am not a seamstress, so I definitely am much more like MacGyver meets arts and crafts. That's where I get that's my strength. And then Zach's like, let's get ABC pipes.
ABC
and we will
pipes.
craft.
I feel like I haven't used a sewing machine in a long time, and I would love to say that I could make Opal's costume. I just don't want to bite off more than I can chew. Like,
That's the thing.
yeah.
I mean, the year we were going to make Luna a potato, I believe I ended up getting the flu. And then we were just like, you know what? That was like a lost Halloween year. I was sick. I didn't feel well. We were just like on the couch watching movies,
Aw.
which is fine. But yeah, we ended up just like not even dressing up, and that's okay. But yeah, like as many years as I can fit in costumes, the better. We love a dress up moment.
Yeah. I mean, I think
You know?
even until Oliver is like 18, you could always do like a family costume. Like,
Yes. Oh, I hope so. Do you? Yeah, like he could have his cool I'm a teenager costume at school.
but then like you guys could always do like a little family, like, yeah, that could almost be your Christmas card every year.
Yeah. Oh my God, how cute. My parents used to throw a Halloween party every year where like 50 people would be at our house, everyone dressed up. Like we have like such epic photos from our childhood at that. I'm like, oh my gosh, maybe when Oliver's a little older and we're not drowning
Yeah.
in diapers and like this chapter of life, maybe we'll throw Halloween parties every year, you know?
That would be so fun.
I know. Okay, so my first bucket list
Lay it
item
on me.
is spiced cider.
Ooh.
I know. I love cider. All realms of cider. I want it like with alcohol, without alcohol. I want it tasting like hot apple juice almost. And I also like it to taste like a cup of cinnamon. I just love all cider. But years ago, my friend used to, it was like around this time of like in the fall, she would always invite friends over and always have spiced cider that was spiked with rum or whiskey.
Ooh.
And it was, the house smelled incredible because you like, you know, it's over the stove, it's simmering, and it has like cinnamon sticks in it and just like tons of yummy spices. And I just remember thinking, oh, one day I'm going to be that person who just like makes spice cider over this time of year. And so that's my goal. I'm going to make it. I want to make a batch like maybe every couple of weeks because it's so easy.
Yeah.
And then it just like sits on the stove and then you sip it forever. So, and then if like people come over, I could offer them, would you like a shot of whiskey in your spice
Yeah.
cider? And it is so delicious. So, and then it just makes the house smell good. It just makes everything cozy. So that is definitely something that I'm going to make. Oh, maybe after I get my batch right, maybe I could put that little recipe
I was
in the show
just
notes or
gonna
something
say that.
if people want to make it.
I was just gonna say that.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'll make a practice
I think
batch.
eventually we should have like a blog outside of the episode blog where like Liz's spice cider recipe. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. We need to
Yeah,
talk
we
about
do.
this.
I have so many ideas for the
We will
podcast
discuss.
and so little time.
Oh my God. How exciting. Ugh. Maybe we should just quit everything else and then just be podcasters.
That sounds great and also terrifying.
I know.
considering that we currently make negative dollars.
$0. Uh-huh. We're here just out of pure joy, people. I know. It's like no one is sponsoring. We're not making money. We are here just for the sake of being here.
Yep.
So, which is great.
It's
great. But yeah, that would be really fun, really nice. If anyone wants to sponsor us, let us know.
Yeah,
Okay.
please do. Email,
Give us a
DM.
call.
We will be the best.
Yep.
Oh God, did you hear that? That was
I
my
did.
stomach.
What was that? Oh my gosh, Lindsay! I thought it was like the mic moving or something.
No, I've had
It's
a
almost lunchtime.
very loud
Great.
body lately. Anyway,
I want your loud body near me.
oh my God.
I know. How does that make you feel, Lindsay?
I think you and my husband make me feel similar ways.
You're like, this is too much love and attention. I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, pretty much.
So interesting. Meanwhile, I'm like, Lindsay, what do you think about sitting on my face? Like, is that too close? Is it too much?
As I just reluctantly yeah. God, no. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Hilarious.
Well,
what is another item?
So one of mine, and some of these sound like a to-do list. I realize this, but I am just
That's okay.
Yeah, I'm happiest when I'm like, my therapist asked me recently like what my values are like outside of my job. And honestly, like I did have to like think about it a little bit. Like obviously there's like family and friendships and stuff like that. But my main thing I think is like the beauty of things. Like making things beautiful and appreciating aesthetics and beautiful things. And so one of my next thing is I want to construct a rock pathway in front of my house, like a cute, like little pebbly one with stepping stones that kind of like go through and like connect into the backyard. And sometimes I start projects before I'm ready to finish them. So like a few months ago, we like dug up the grass in that area and then Ian laid weed cloth down. And so that's what it looks like currently, is just like this weed cloth section in our front yard. And I would love to finish that this fall because it is now not like 105 degrees in Boise. It's like finally starting to get to normal 85-degree temperatures. So
yeah, normal heat temperatures.
Yes.
I got it. Oh my gosh, that sounds really beautiful. You know what popped, like an image that popped into my mind was the house from Father of the Bride.
House from Father of the Bride.
Yes, so epic. It's a classic. But the front yard has this like really cute, I know. Oh my God, now I have to look it up too.
Oh my God, it's so cute. It's like,
is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Is that what you have imagined?
Yeah. Exactly that.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. Well, that house, did you know that house is real in Pasadena?
It's in Pasadena.
That house is, yeah, that house, or it's Pasadena or San Marino, which is like right next door.
It's so cute.
It is so beautiful. And that walkway is like what I imagined when you started telling me. Is that kind of like the idea?
Yeah. Well,
I'll put this in the show notes so people know what I'm talking about.
I think that walkway is brick, but I do love the organic look of it. Like it's not just like a straight path. Like it's kind of windy.
Yes, yeah. Which I think is so cool.
Oh,
yeah,
Steve
it's really
Martin.
just so special. Oh, that whole house. Can you imagine owning a house like that in today's day?
Oh my God.
$5 million.
Oh yeah, Alhambra, California.
Oh, Alhambra.
Mm-hmm. God.
It's fine. You always say things fancy. I don't know if anyone else knows this, but like Lindsay always says words if you were to tweak it to sound fancier. It's not Alhambra, it's Alhambra.
I did. I said Alhambra first, and then I was like, oh, wait, I added an A, so it must be Alhambra. And you were like, oh, Alhambra?
I want it to be called Alhambra. I feel like that sounds way better.
Yeah.
Alhambra is not it.
Okay, wait. How do you say, I think you and I have talked about this, Los Verdes? Isn't it in LA?
Los Verdes.
Is it? I heard
Oh,
someone.
Los Feliz. Are you
No,
talking about
no,
Los
I heard
Feliz?
someone say Los Verdes one time.
Unacceptable.
Okay, okay, so that
That is
is,
not the correct.
and that's what I'm like.
Los Verdes, yes.
Okay, okay, and he was from there, and he said Los Verdes, and I'm like, what is
Verdes,
happening?
absolutely
I was like, what
not.
is
Yeah,
happening?
and
That is not like come on, you can say your colors in Spanish, like please.
Lindsay, I love when you get fired up.
About the
I
dumbest
love it.
shit, Liz. Like,
No, it's fantastic. I understand though. I also think that certain things are pronounced a certain way just because it's like that's the way the city and its culture pronounces it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that's the right actual way to pronounce it. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So for example, in SoCal in LA, there is a neighborhood called Los Feliz,
yeah.
which is in Spanish, it's Los Feliz. That's the happy people. That's what that means.
Oh,
But
okay.
no one calls it Los Feliz. That would sound weird. Culturally, we say Los Feliz.
Los Feliz, but it would be Los Feliz.
Yes.
Yeah, because
Yes.
like Feliz Navidad.
Right. Exactly. It makes sense. Like, technically speaking, it is supposed to be pronounced Los Feliz. But when someone calls it Los Feliz, it's weird because it's Los Feliz.
Los Feliz. Yeah, I think even
And
yeah, I knew that.
yeah.
I say Los Feliz,
Mm-hmm.
but like
Yeah.
that's only
It's
from
tricky
hearing
in
it.
SoCal. It's tricky because so much in Cali, like especially SoCal, there's so much there's everything is like in Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
So many of the street names are actually in Spanish, and so now everyone's tweaking it to be able to say it in English in the English way. So then when you show up and say Los Feliz, everyone's like, what? And don't get me wrong, some people do call it Los Feliz, and I'm like, that's weird, but that's because you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
It's weird. It's bizarre. It doesn't make sense, but I hear you. I totally get what you're saying.
Also, I mean, kind of side adjacent to that, Boise, you never
Mm-hmm.
say Boise. Boise.
Oh, Boise.
Boise.
That's really good to know.
Yeah.
I think I've said Boise.
Yeah, but that's okay because you're not from here. It's when people
I
that
get a
live
pass.
here say Boise, and I'm like, what?
Oh,
There's no
okay.
Z. There is no Z in that word.
I'm forever now going to call it Boise. Thank you for this
You're
correction.
welcome.
And speaking of this topic, our friend Natalia, I was sitting with Elena one day and she was like, Liz, have you ever thought about the fact that some people call Natalia Natalia and some people call her Natalia? And I was like, I have never noticed that before. And I'm like, wait, I call her Natalia. Do you think that's wrong? And she goes, well, I call her Natalia too. And I'm like, let's call her. So I sent her a
Oh
Elena
my
was
God.
like, I'm embarrassed. What if we've been saying our friend's name wrong for years and she's never corrected us? So I was like, you know what? We're gonna send a voice note. I'm gonna send a voice note. I sent it to her and I'm like, Natalia. And I ask her, and she writes me back this, or she sends me back this voice note. She's giggling. She goes, Liz, I love you. It's Natalia.
No.
And Elaine and I, our mouths dropped, and we were like, "What?"
She's never
And I'm
corrected
like,
you.
"No,
Natalia.
never." And she's like, "But Liz, it's fine because like her partner Greg calls her Natalia." And Elaine and I were confused. We were just like, "What is going on?" And she's like, "I can understand why you would call me Natalia because in Spanish it's Natalia. So like I'm
Yeah.
just putting a little English spin on it." And she was like, "It's totally fine. Some people call me Natalia, some people call me Natalia. Either way, I don't really care. But like if you want to know the actual pronunciation, it is Natalia." And I'm like, "Wow, that is enlightening." And I have not once called her Natalia since.
I know that I think that's going to take some unlearning for me.
There's no way I'm ever calling her Natalia. That feels weird. I feel like it's like all of a sudden calling her broccoli.
Bro-
It's not natural.
no.
Like it's not going to happen.
No. No. Yeah, yeah, I know. I mean, I think like you speak Spanish fluently. I have lost a lot of my French, but like I think it just comes from having a lot of experience
The origins.
speaking a foreign language. Yeah. So now I say words
Gets tricky.
weird.
Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah.
I can't wait for you to like, you should say my name fancy. Just think of it. Don't tell me yet. And then surprise me one day. Oh my God. Okay. My next one is actually about planting or home improvement too. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I would really like it to, is to finally do some fall planting in the front patio and back patio so that next spring I actually get like some flowers or something beautiful that like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
pops up. And Lindsay has told me that she will come help me do
I
that,
will.
which is very
I
exciting.
will.
So, yeah. But I have to tell you something, Lindsay, that might make you not want to do it.
What?
I'm embarrassed to tell anyone, but here I am.
Have you been
I'm going to
shitting in
tell
the front
everybody.
garden?
Ew, Lindsay. I do not do that. I am a unicorn. Only flowers come out of my butt. Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
Okay. Tell me.
So yesterday, Zach and I discovered something,
Mm.
and I am absolutely disgusted. But here we are. I'm going to tell everybody. We were going to go on a walk with Oliver. It was like a beautiful summer evening. We were like, let's go on a walk, maybe stop by a brewery. We had a whole plan in place. We were very excited about it. We timed it just right too. We were like, oh yeah, by the time we get home, it'll be time to put Oliver down, whatever. We walk outside. I'm locking the door. And speaking of the planter, Zach's like looking into the planter and he's kind of like poking his head everywhere. And I'm like, what are you doing, babe? And he goes, there's rats. Fucking sickening. Now, I should have prefaced this, but I just want you guys to know everyone who lives in Seattle already knows this, but Seattle has a really bad rat problem.
I didn't know
Do
that.
you know this, Lindsay?
No.
It's vile with a capital V. Okay. Sickening. So many people like end up getting barn cats. Do you know what a barn cat technically is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Our neighbor who just moved away, actually, they got two barn cats to help with the problem and they really help.
Yeah.
Like forever, we didn't see rats or anything. But ever since, like, you know, Oliver came into the world and we've been so busy, like just taking care of him and our life changed and everything. Like, I used to, because I love gardening and doing all that, I used to always keep up with the back patio, the front patio, like always every spring, you know, spring cleaning, doing the whole thing. And like, it's just been completely not taken care of. And Zach was like, babe, all of the things in the back patio are dead. And I was like, well, that makes sense because I haven't been back there helping the situation. He goes, no, the green shrubbery that lives all year long is dead. And I was like, what? He goes, it looks like there's like a creature that has dug up holes. Everything is dying. And I was like, oh my God. Then like yesterday, cut to this moment and he goes, it's definitely got to be rats. It's the same holes I see in the back patio. And if they dig any deeper, they're going to kill that tree that's in the middle of the planter. So instead of going to a brewery, we walked to the hardware store and Zach got a bunch of like rat traps and I don't know, poison stuff that we have to like put everywhere. So
Oh my God. Have you caught
I'm
any?
almost like, no, he just did that last
Oh,
night.
okay.
I'm like, so what? I'm gonna walk outside and then just see dead rats in my planter. Has everyone just logged off of this episode because they're just so grossed out?
No, I
I
mean, I
mean,
think that
sickening.
yeah, that's just one thing about like living anywhere is there's always pest control that you have to,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I would like to be clear, it is not inside our house. It is just outside. And it's just such an issue. And so I'm like, well, do we get a barn cat? Like, I'm ready to get a barn cat.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. No, that
Anyways,
is,
hopefully we can still make this happen.
no,
And
it'll be
also,
fine.
if you need to cut this out of the episode because it's too gross, it's fine,
Okay.
Liz.
Okay.
It's okay.
No,
Okay.
I am
Okay.
not afraid of a rat. I think just like being in the
I'm just
garden.
afraid we're going to plant all these beautiful things and they're going to ruin it.
I mean,
That's the issue.
yeah, let me think about that. We might have to put like, you can lay like chicken wire, like we can plant and then you can lay chicken wire on top of everything. So the plants will still,
Oh,
leaves are like, they will find their way to the light. So they'll go through the chicken
yeah.
wire, but rats like won't be able to get their little claws. That's what I
Oh,
do on
that is
top of
so,
like my tulip bulbs because squirrels, we have a squirrel problem
yeah.
here.
Oh my God, there's so many squirrels in
Yeah,
Seattle.
it's, yeah, out of control.
Yeah. Okay. We'll need to talk about that.
Yeah.
What's your next one?
My next one is speaking of gardening, I want to give the garden a well-needed makeover. So
Mm.
I kind of neglected gardening this year and I'm trying to be okay with it. Like I think I'm
Mm-hmm.
letting myself not be perfect, I guess, because I think what happened is
Like she's
like
perfect.
I think what happened is, I miscarried in April, and then that's like about the time that I
Mm-hmm.
was supposed to do like my seed starting and all of that. And I didn't. And so I was like, well, fuck it. I'm not going to do any gardening then. And I just kind of like, yeah, I didn't really do much. I planted tomatoes, I planted some kale, and that's about it. So everything out there like really needs some love. And so
I hear
I
you.
just want to like reset for fall so that next spring things are just clean slate.
I love that.
Yeah,
And that's also spring is all about a clean slate.
it
So
is.
I love that.
Yeah. What is your next
Okay.
thing?
Okay. If anyone knows me, they know I love twinkle lights.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will be 85 years old with twinkle lights everywhere in my house. I'll just never get over it. My family knows this. They're always like, how come there aren't any twinkle lights in this room? This is bizarre. Because I know that like they have a very college dorm room stigma, but I think they can actually be very chic and very cozy. I have them strung in my living room and they also are like on a timer with an app on my phone. Like you can control the brightness, everything, and it gives me so much joy. Literally every single night at 4:30, they go on, and Zach just always it gives him such a chuckle because he sees me in the living room, and I'm like looking, I'm like, oh, the lights just came on. And I'm just sitting there, I'm literally basking in the light. And he's like, wow, I mean, we're the best $15 ever spent was like getting that timer so that the lights could like go on and off or whatever. And I'm like, it gives me so much joy. And like they're on a dimmer.
Mm.
They have it's like I'm like really serious about twinkle lights, Lindsay. They need to
I
be
mean, they look
dimmable.
great.
Thank you. Well, my one of my fall bucket lists is to put twinkle lights in our bedroom.
Okay.
I have been wanting to do that for a long time, but like if there's anything on the bucket list that might not happen, it's this one just because it feels less priority and I need Zach to be tall for me and help me string them up the way I like them, super high up above this, like on the ceiling.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just feel like having dimmable twinkle lights in your bedroom is such a vibe.
Yeah.
So also, listen, sexy time
Yeah.
with twinkle
Oh my
lights.
God.
I'm into it.
That's going to be amazing. Yeah. I want twinkle lights in my bedroom.
Ooh, I should put the little dimmer that we use
Yes. Yeah.
in the show notes if anyone else likes that kind of stuff. I have twinkle lights on the roof as well, and I want to get the same dimmer for the roof because like at night when the twinkle lights are on, our house looks so cool with the lights on the roof. It's my
Yeah.
favorite. So yeah,
Yeah. I
that's
think it
another.
is like we have Philips Hue lights around our house, and
Mm-hmm.
like those are just amazing. Like I love having them on a dimmer. I love being able to just say, like, talk to the smart home thing. I'm not going to say it because it'll like turn on and talk to me.
Okay.
Um, but like tell it to change the intensity.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like we always have like two lamps in our living room on at like 10% at night. So if you get up to like go to the bathroom or
Mm-hmm.
something, like there's just like a slight glow and I love
Love
it.
that.
I
Mm-hmm.
love it. Anyway,
Simple joys,
yeah.
people. Simple joys. Okay, what's your next one, Linz?
My next one is so P&W of me. It's like,
It is so. I just read it. I didn't mean to, but I just read it, and I'm like so P&W, but I love it.
y'all, I want to do a proper P&W shoe swap, and it's going to be swapping my Birkenstocks for a pair of
Mm.
Blundstones.
Wow. Yes. You know, there's a Blundstone store on Ballard Ave now.
No, but that's the perfect
There
place for it.
is.
They really did their market
Absolutely.
research there.
Location, location, location. Okay. Like when Zach and I walked by it one day, we were like, This makes sense. This makes
Yeah.
sense. For anyone who doesn't know what a Blundstone boot is, I'm just going to say this for my Cali people because I doubt they know what Blundstones are. Okay. They're a type of boot
Yeah. Yeah.
that everyone wears here in Seattle, and they're like a Chelsea boot.
Yeah.
But, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. What makes a Blundstone? Like, what makes it different than like another Chelsea boot?
I think it's the quality of the leather. Like it's got kind of the brown ones at least have almost like a slight marbled look, I want to say.
That's so
And
true. The
then
brown ones are kind of cute, I
yeah.
think. Yeah, I do like that marbled look.
Yeah, and then definitely the big chunky sole, and then the little loops that go like that come out of the back of your foot and then the front of your leg,
Yep.
like because you use those to like pull up the boot. It's like literally they're literally bootstraps.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Doc Martens have those too.
yes, Blundstones are like the hippie version of Doc Martens, I would say.
I love
Yeah.
this. I love this for you.
Yeah, no, I want to be a Blundstone girly. I want to wear my floral
Perfect.
dress that's like midi length with my Blundstones and like maybe a sweater pulled over it. Like that's my ideal
She's a
fall look.
vibe.
But
Lindsay's fall vibe.
I have pretty small feet and short legs. And so I had a pair of Blundstones once I had like ones with like a little heel and I don't know, they didn't look good. So I like sold them on Poshmark. So I'm hoping to try just like the flat ones and see if they look better on me.
Okay.
But I will update.
Cute.
I'll
I think the
update.
flat ones are super flattering. I have never owned a pair of Blundstones. I probably never will, but mainly because I have a pair of Docs.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's the same. It would just be too similar of a shoe.
I feel like,
Like,
yeah, like a Doc Marten makes sense for you and a Blundstone makes sense for me given our styles. Like you're a little bit more high fashion and I'm a little bit more crunchy, like Christy Dawn aesthetic.
a hot, crunchy aesthetic.
You're Aritzia and I'm
Oh my gosh.
Christy Dawn. I don't know.
Oh my God. We're available for modeling contracts. Anyone? Just let us know. The yin to the yang.
Yes, for real. For real.
That's such a compliment, Lindsay. I don't know what you're talking about, but thank
You're
you.
welcome. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. I will say, I feel like it was like 6 years ago. I was new to Seattle. I was working in a restaurant mainly because I was like, I really want to get out of my loft and meet people.
Yeah, that's a great way to do it.
It was one of the best things I did when I was like really going full time photography and I moved here. I was like, I think it would be really nice to work in a restaurant and just like get out, be amongst the people, make extra money, whatever. And I met my friend Krista there. Shout out. I don't know if she listens. And I remember her coming to work one day with like these really cute, she is also just fashion. She wore these cute jeans and these brown boots. And I was like, what are these boots? They look so good on you. And she told me they're Blundstones. And I literally had no idea what she was talking about. I'd never heard of that brand before. And every time she's a florist, and every time I see photos of her doing florist things wearing her Blundstones, I'm like, this just works. This just works. It looks so good.
Wait, is she, what's her business again?
Little Joy Floors.
Yes. Oh my God. She is gorgeous. Like
Krista is ridiculously beautiful. It's out of control.
Yeah, I'm like,
her skin looks like milk.
I know. You seriously. And the red
with
hair.
little freckles.
And like, then she's a floor. I'm just, no.
I know. She looks like a goddess.
She really does.
She's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And every time I see her in person, I want to lick her face because it's like, is that weird?
Not coming from you. It's pretty common, actually.
Okay, perfect. Does everyone think that I am absolutely unhinged?
Maybe.
I would not blame anyone who doesn't know me to think that.
No.
But yeah, every time I see her in person, I'm like, your skin is milk. It looks like porcelain, and she's just very gorgeous. I agree. Okay, my next one. We all know I love to cook now, right? We all know I love a dinner party. Now, I do a monthly dinner party with some friends, but my goal is to have more people over, not necessarily because I want to stay realistic with the place in my life I'm at right now where I can't be throwing parties all the time. But I think what I want to try to do is have people over more often, even if it's just like a couple friends.
Yeah.
you know? And I like made dinner the other night for Zach, and I was like, it brings me so much joy to make people food. And I'm like, this is something I can control. This is something that I can really dig my teeth into right now. If I'm not able to leave the house very, like the way I used to,
Yeah.
it's something that I can do. Like Oliver goes down around 7-ish. I can have friends come over a little before that, and I can make them dinner, and we can just sit here and drink wine. And I feel like that will help me get through also like the cold, dark winter months is if I really start in the fall and just make it a habit to just constantly be planning one or two friends coming over all the time
Yeah.
and making them dinner,
Yeah.
you know? So that's my next one.
To have a dinner party?
Yeah, just like a mini dinner
Mini dinner
party.
party. Okay.
Like I think max having two people over at a time
Yeah.
and just like, because making food for people is also a lot of
It
work
is. Yeah.
and it's a lot of planning. It's a lot of effort. So once a month, big dinner party where there's like, let's see, I think there's like 8 of us and we rotate houses. That is so lovely and doable, but it is a lot of work. And so if I'm just having one or two friends over consistently where I'm just like making simple meals and we're just like hanging out, spending time together, I feel like that's much more realistic to do more often. I couldn't do the 8-person thing all the time.
Yeah. That would be a lot to do every month for sure.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what I want to do.
Yay. That sounds so fun.
What's your next one? Your last
My
one.
last one is one that I just kind of like came up with because I needed a fifth one, but I honestly don't know if this will happen. But I want to do a no buy month. So, like,
Ooh.
just like try, just only buy like the essentials, like food and all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just know that like December rolls around and there's Christmas and all the things. And so, December with a kid, like, we don't like over consume or anything for Opal, but like, there are gifts and things that you buy and like parties that you go to that you end up buying a few bottles of wine for or whatever. And so I think it would be nice for November just to like do kind of like a no buy month. And
I love that.
yeah,
I believe this can happen. Absolutely.
yeah, I hope so. Cause I just, yeah, October will probably be buying things for Opal's Halloween and all of that. So November feels like a good time.
Yes. I think that's a perfect time.
Yeah.
Maybe I will. I mean, I don't really shop, but I would love to do a no buy something one month too. That'd be a good one. I think doing it right before the holidays is a perfect time.
Yeah, there's this one woman on Instagram. I think she's called like the Tidy Moose or something like that. She's Canadian and she's doing a no buy year and she's still going strong. She started in January.
Whoa. But like what for her means no buy? Like no clothes,
Yeah,
no
like no
jewelry.
clothes, no jewelry, like pretty much anything. Like she needed to I think like repair something and like ended up using like old thread that she found instead of like going and buying like a new thing of thread. Like yeah, it was
Oh
like just
wow.
like
Okay.
reteaching herself to be more resourceful with what she has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is so key. I feel like that is my strength, and that's why I end up just like not shopping a lot. But I do love to shop. And then when I go, I just fucking go.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
But Zach is definitely loves to spend, he loves to buy things. And so I'm like, let's balance. Let's
yeah.
balance.
I mean, yeah, like I love
Hmm.
to shop too, and I think the reason though why it gets expensive for me and that I don't do it that often, but it's that I really value quality in things. And like
Hmm.
even just this past weekend we were at a friend's wedding and I wore a dress that I bought in 2017. It was from Free People and it was $250. So it was like not some of like their cheaper stuff. It was like a really nice item
Hmm.
and it has lasted me that long. Like it's a beautiful dress and I've worn it so many
I know.
times. And so yeah, like yeah, anyway, that was just a quick little
That
tangent.
brings me a lot of joy too, is like buying a piece like that. Like, I'm trying to think. I have a pair of pants. Okay. I actually bought them from, oh, wait, where did I forgot what brand they are actually, because it doesn't even matter to me. The quality is so good. I bought them in 2019 for my engagement photo shoot. And they're these, oh, I wore them in our branding session
Oh,
for the podcast, those
Yeah.
white cropped
Oh my God, those
pants.
were so
They're
good.
so they're so good. They feel so good. They still look brand new. It's 2024
Yeah.
and I will probably wear them. They're kind of timeless. I'll probably wear them for years to come and I love feeling like I'm squeezing all the juice out of an item that was
Yep.
expensive.
It's a price
You
per
know,
wear
there's
thing.
nothing worse than, yeah, like there's nothing worse than buying, for example, like a really expensive designer bag and you wear it like 3 times a year. That's makes me sad.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
And
I'm
your
living
butt
this for
looks
you,
so
Lorenz.
good in those pants. So good.
It is large and in charge, and those pants are like, hi. It's a little weird, but thank you.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
my
What's your
last
last thing?
one is so, dare I say, basic, but I never once had gone to a pumpkin patch in my life prior to having a child. And it wasn't because I was a hater or anything. I just was like, why do people love pumpkin patches? I don't really get it. Like I don't feel excited about going to them. I love a pumpkin, but I was never like, oh yeah, I got to go to a pumpkin patch. Then I had a baby and the universe laughed at me. And it was like, bitch, you will be going to a pumpkin patch every year for the next like 10 years. And I love it now. I absolutely love it. I found out about this one pumpkin patch that is, I'm the worst with remembering the names of places. It is like an iconic place to go in Washington in the fall to go get pumpkins.
Oh, I feel like I've
Dude,
been
every
there.
pumpkin is like, yeah, it's really beautiful, really well done. There's like ponies, and the pumpkin patch is legit. They have apple cider
Oh my God. No,
donuts.
I've been there. What is it called?
Yes, I know. What is it
Okay.
called?
Remember it. Put it in the
We'll put
show
it in the show
notes. Yeah.
notes. Okay, I will find out for you guys. I'm sorry that I'm the worst, but we took Oliver last fall. I think it was in November. No, it was in October. We went in October. He was like 5 months old, I believe, when we took him, 4.5, maybe. So he was still a little baby and he couldn't even sit up by himself yet. Like that's how little he was. And I was like, babe, should we go to a pumpkin patch? Should we go get photos? Like, let's just go do this. He was like, I was like, listen, there's nothing Zach loves more than a donut or a baked good in general. And I was like, they have apple cider donuts. He goes, we're fucking going.
Yeah,
And
you
so,
have to promise the husband something to get them out there.
yeah,
Like,
totally. And he was like, I'm down. Let's do this. And I'm like, cool. So we go. I had seen it online and I was like, this looks really cute. I think this will be really fun. It blew my mind. We park, we get out there. It's just adorable. There's just kids running around full of joy, holding pumpkins. Now, listen, getting a pumpkin at Safeway is different than getting a pumpkin at this place. A pumpkin at Safeway is like 89 cents. At this place, it's like $20.
yeah. Yeah.
And you can get a barrel and you can go up and down the pumpkin patch and just like put all your pumpkins and then spend $200 on like 5 pumpkins. It's something so wild. And I'm like, why is Washington like this? Just for the fun of it, I bought one pumpkin and I think it was like $12 or something because I didn't get like a huge one. I just got like a moderate
There are
size.
tiers of
And you know, like the little,
pumpkins at these places.
there's tiers of pumpkins.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And then, you know, like the little mini ones that you get for like the table
Yeah.
or like your desk, whatever. Those are usually like what, 50 cents, a dollar at the grocery store. Yeah, they're like
Oh my
$5
God.
at this place. It's so ridiculous. Anyways, but it's all part of the fun. So I got a pumpkin. We took pictures with Oliver sitting on a
Oh my
pumpkin. I
God.
mean, I did all the things, girl. I was like, he's only this exactly. He's only this big or this little once. It's his first year of life. I am going for it. I'm doing anything and everything that I can possibly imagine as, you know, squeezing every last drop out of his childhood. I'm doing it. So I like sat him up on a pumpkin. I even wore like a neck scarf that day. I was like, I gotta be cute for these photos. Lindsay, I went all out, man. I was like on a mission. I saw this family and I like, we looked at each other and it was like, I see you. They had their daughter dressed in like a little tulle frou frou little dress. It was adorable. She had like patent leather Mary Janes on. I was like, stop it. She was sitting in on a pile of pumpkins, and he had like a legit point and shoot camera. They did not come to play. Like he was like, we're doing a photo shoot. He was backlighting her. I was like, oh my God, love this.
Oh my, that
We're here for memories,
we
people.
really are.
Okay.
Get it together.
Oh yeah. There's pony rides. You can get like, okay, first of all, my bucket list item is just go to this pumpkin patch, but now I'm on one about this place because it's the best. I think you can also get hot cider.
Ooh.
And now we all know how I feel about cider. There is food. You can get like hot dogs and yummy food there. And like you can just sit on the grass and like bring a blanket and hang out with your family, and it's just like it is the most wholesome thing. It's straight up wholesome.
I've only been
cute.
once, and it was pre-kids. I would love to. I need to research. Like we just kind of did like the pumpkin patch thing last year, kind of on a whim, and I wasn't totally impressed with the one we went to. So I'm hoping that Idaho has something better. But
I'm sure Idaho has something awesome.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, I hope people
gosh,
get their shit
so
together.
People would love it. Yes.
It's pumpkin season.
Well, I will post. Yeah. Once I go to that pumpkin patch and get some pictures, maybe I'll post some in our feed or something.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, that'll be cute.
Yeah. We'll post the one of Oliver on a pumpkin.
On it. Oliver on a pumpkin. Okay, perfect. Oh my gosh, that was fast. I feel like this was so fast.
Really fast. We did it.
Oh, also, not that this is another, I'm not going to say another item. I'm just saying, do you ever write down your bucket list, Lindsay, and like put it somewhere like on the fridge or something?
No, but when I was at your house and I was using the bathroom upstairs, I can't remember. I didn't just walk into your bedroom alone. You were with me. Oh no, it was when we were. It was when we were doing the bathroom reel that we were recording.
Yes.
I saw your cute little paper up with washi tape. It's very,
yeah,
it's just precious. It's precious. She has her summer bucket list
helpful.
up there right now.
Yeah, I definitely did all of them but one.
Oh, nice.
So I feel like when you can see it, you do them.
It makes.
Otherwise, it's like you file them in your mind and then you move on with your life. But if you see them out, it's like putting a Post-it on your computer so you're reminded of something.
Yeah.
It's the same concept and it keeps you motivated. I love doing those or putting it on the fridge or whatever.
Yeah.
So
I went back to look at what my summer bucket list was, and I didn't write it in ClickUp. I must have put it in a notebook somewhere. So I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if I did everything. Maybe.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, I encourage you to write these down.
Okay.
And then send me a picture.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
Well, I love you.
Love you too.
Oh, wait. What's making you happy, Lindsay?
Oh my God. I didn't even do it, Liz. Okay. No.
Okay, cutting all this.
No. I have something that's making me happy. And my husband is not going to like this. And you already know this.
Oh, got it.
Like, okay, we all love our families. I mean, no, that's dumb. I'm not even going to say that because we all don't love our families. But I just don't want. Yeah, okay. So he's out on a climbing trip this weekend, and of course I miss him, and of course Opal misses him. But as a mother, I am feeling so happy about having just complete and total peace at home. Today is a Friday and Opal's at preschool. I've literally just been like alone all day and it's been wonderful. And then when she goes down to bed on Saturday and Sunday, I will just like be alone for like multiple hours.
The concept.
I am excited. I am that. The prospect of the next few days is making me very happy, but I will start missing Ian, I think like Sunday evening. So yeah, anyway.
I know it is what I miss because that I don't get very often is weekends alone without child, without anything, to not have to take care of anybody.
Yeah.
That to me is like a really big gift that doesn't happen. I think it's happened twice this year that I've had a weekend to myself.
Yeah.
That actually brings me to what's making me happy, which is I am going to plan like a little weekend away, just me, because Zach has been like, you've been so burned out. I travel sometimes for work. I get the opportunity to leave and like obviously he's working, but it's like he's not having to take care of anybody. He doesn't have to worry about anybody's medications or, whatever. He's like, maybe we need to figure out something for you. So I'm in the process of trying to figure all that out, like where I'm going and yeah, just having a little me time.
That sounds glorious.
I'm excited.
Do you have any ideas of where you're going to go?
I do.
I already know this, but I'm
but you
yeah.
want me to tell the
Yeah.
people? Well, I think it's evolved since last time you and I talked
Oh,
about it.
okay.
But I was thinking about going to the Bay to see some friends, but they're all just really like my oldest friends that I basically like have grown up with all live in the Bay Area now. One of them's a lawyer and the rest of them are like in education. And so summertime is actually a very busy time for them.
Yeah.
They're like preparing for the new year, the new school year. One of them is an actual principal. So it's like a whole thing. And I'm like, I feel like it's not the right time to visit them, but I'm thinking maybe it's just going to be a weekend in LA.
Ooh, yeah. Be good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I love you.
I love you too.
We'll see everybody next week.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
Okay. Bye.
That's a wrap. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
You can find the show notes at thesecretlifeofpod.com/episodes.
We would love for you to follow us on Instagram at The Secret Life of Pod, where we share lots of updates and personal musings.
Please subscribe, rate, and review. We read all of your feedback and it helps us grow.
If you have comments or ideas for future episodes, you can email us at hello@thesecretlifeofpod.com.
Okay, bye.